Have you ever been caught in a moment so charged, so dangerous that the air itself seems ready to confess what you're too afraid to admit? That's where I found myself one night, standing in a silent kitchen at 2:17 a.m., lit only by the dim stove light, with two men staring at me as if I were the answer to a question none of us dared speak aloud. And instead of turning away, I leaned closer and said the one thing I never should have. Why can't I have you both? I'm 41. A wife, a mother. A woman who on paper has the perfect life. Suburban house, trimmed hedges matching coffee mugs, and a husband who hasn't really looked at me in years. Not deeply. Not in that way that makes you feel like you're still worth being seen. Jake, my husband, is a good man. He provides. He's steady, predictable. But somewhere along the endless cycle of school events and mortgage payments, we turned into roommates. I washed his clothes, cooked his meals, listened to him talk about profits and car troubles, but I couldn't remember the last time he asked how I was truly doing. Then came Evan, 27, Jake's younger cousin. He moved in for what was meant to be a few weeks after his father passed. That was 8 months ago. He was polite, helpful, always quick to thank me. But what caught me was how he looked at me, like there was still fire in me, like I wasn't invisible. And then came Grant, my husband's oldest friend. Older, sharper, always carrying himself like he noticed everything. At first his visits felt coincidental, then routine, and then something else. Grant brushed my back when passing me in the kitchen, asked if I was sleeping enough. He looked at me in ways Jake had long stopped, built slowly. Evan lingered near me while I cooked. Grant stayed later after dinner. Extra glances, light touches, silences that buzzed too loudly. It wasn't planned. Wasn't dramatic. It was gradual, like slipping into warm water until you realize you're too far under to breathe. One stormy night, the power went out. Only candles lit the kitchen. Evan's hand found mine under the table. Grant's eyes locked on me, refusing to let go. My heart raced. I left to the laundry room, struggling to breathe. Evan followed with a flashlight. Then Grant. They didn't speak, just looked at me, and something inside me cracked. That night stopped at whispers, the press of a shoulder. But it was enough. Enough to know the line had been crossed. Few nights later it happened. The moment that changed everything. The house was still. Jake was working late. I was drying my hands in the kitchen when Evan walked in from the hall and Grant entered from the garage. They paused, then looked at me. The silence burned, and I broke it. Should have chosen one, I whispered. But I didn't. Why can't I have you both? Air grew heavy. Neither moved at first. And Grant stepped toward me, slow, like I was fragile. Evan followed, brushing my hand. And I let it happen. I let myself fall into the heat, the weight, the need to be seen, touched, wanted. I won't tell you the details. YouTube wouldn't allow it. It wasn't only lust. It was about feeling alive again, about being visible, about remembering I was still a woman and not just background in someone else's life. Afterward, silence. Evan's hand shook as he passed me my shirt. Grant leaned on the counter, unsteady. Then footsteps. We scattered like guilty kids, pretending. But nothing was the same. The days that followed were suffocating. Grant came less often. Evan grew quiet. Their eyes avoided mine. Not angry, not ashamed, just distant. Me. One morning Evan packed his bag. "Where are you going?" I asked. "Back to my aunt's," he muttered. "I can't stay and pretend." "You don't have to go," I whispered. He met my eyes at last. "You didn't choose me." or him. You wanted both. Now you have none. He was right. Grant disappeared completely. No calls. No visit. Just silence, the kind that doesn't slam a door but closes it slowly, leaving you staring at it, aching for what you lost. Jake never said anything. Maybe he never knew. Or maybe he did and decided silence was survival. He started coming home earlier, talking more, touching my shoulder lightly, as if remembering I was still there. Smiled. He nodded. Played a part. But inside I wasn't there. Was trapped in memory, aching for the feeling of being wanted by two men who no longer looked at me at all. Move through the motions. Laundry. Dinner. Yes, I'm fine before anyone asks. I'm not the same. Something inside me woke up that night. Something that won't go back to sleep. I didn't mean for it. Didn't mean for them to matter. But they did. And now I live in the silence. Afterward, in a house with matching mugs and unspoken truths, wondering if anyone truly chooses, or if sometimes the choice is made for you the moment you dare to want more than allowed. I still replay that night, the words I whispered into the dark, and every time I pass the laundry room my body remembers. Can't I have you both?